Petra.
Hey everyone, happy Saturday. It's a pleasure to be here with you guys. It's your girl Petra here representing for Highway 6 to Africa. It's another amazing Saturday. I'm here with my amazing host, TYB. TYB, what's going on?
Who wants to know, Petra?
Inquiring minds, inquiring minds.
Inquiring minds would like to know. Yes, I'm so glad that we've been able to make it happen today. And we have a very special show for our listeners around the globe. And you know what? We just gave the listeners a glimpse of who we have, but we'll bring him back, right? That's right. So, how are you?
I'm doing great. Just fighting this cold, the weather. Oh my gosh. I think last week it snowed, it rained, it was sunny. Like, it was too many different weathers all in one to caught up with me and King. So we're here trying to get over a cold. But other than that, it's been great. How about you? How's your week?
It's been a very great week. I've been looking up for this show, and unfortunately, Ron is not going to be with us because our prayers are with his family.
Mm,
Yeah, our prayers are with his family, and everybody that is out there praying for him too. You know, his father-in-law is not in a very good situation, but hey, the show must go on, and
yeah.
so we have a who do we have today?
Well, honestly, TYB. Well, I just want to honestly echo what you said. So prayers and thoughts going out to Ron and his whole family, and we hope and everything's okay.
That's right.
But yeah, when it comes to today, like we're honored to welcome a true reggae ambassador to the stage, Willie Stewart. He has had an extraordinary career touring with Byron Lee and the Dragoneers, performing with the Inner Circle for more than 2 decades as the drummer and the director of the Third World Band, and recording 13 albums and earning multiple Grammy nominations.
Woo, whoosh.
Queen of Jamaica's Order of Distinction. He's also shared the stage with legends like Bob Marley, Stevie Wonder, and also using their music and his music to uplift communities worldwide. So we're honored and pleasured to welcome to Highway to Africa, Mr. Willie Smith. Willie Stewart, sorry.
Thank you.
Sorry, we got carried
Thank
away.
you.
Willie Stewart.
Thank you, Theo. And thank you, Patra. It's Patra, right?
Yeah, Petra, yeah.
Patra, thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Honestly, so how's everything? It's a pleasure to have you on the show.
Well, it's a pleasure being on it. Everything has been good. Give God thanks. I mean, it's been up and down too because I say you said Donovan is a gentleman. Ron. You said that is has yeah. Well, I just wish him God's blessing and that he be good. That whatever is it that he be in God's hands. Whatever this. But I just came back last week from Cat. As you know, Cat. There was the last leader of Third World, and
Mm,
we've lost another icon of music and thing. And before that was Ibu 2 years ago,
mhm.
So I give thanks for the brothers. Them, I mean, there's only two of us left. I mean, from the six, and so I just know that they're all in Zion. Probably playing
Yeah,
music now, and
exactly.
I just give thanks that each one of the brothers did their job. Musically, I would never change it. When I think about it, is that the synergy that existed in the band can never be repeated. It's like
Mhm.
each. If I was to play, I play now still sometimes. I could be 1/6 of that. I could never repeat with every man because every man was so special to the cause of Third World. Yeah, the six
Yeah,
man them that was the original man them definitely. You know.
yeah, that's amazing. Thank you for sharing that. And also our hearts go out as well for your loss and, iconic, and it's just a pleasure just to have you on to be able to hear your story and your journey and the impact that it had on the world. So so yeah, so I'm hearing a bit of a British accent, and I'm sure you can hear mine too. So, fellow Brits.
Yeah, I was born in Islington, North England, Islington.
Okay, amazing. Okay, awesome. I'm from Leeds originally.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Leeds is a little bit out in the country there, but it's beautiful.
Yeah, I'm a Yorkshire lass.
Yes, yes, I can hear you. Yes.
Yeah. So I wanted to ask you, so being born in England, in Islington, to Jamaican parents, and then being raised in Jamaica, going to Jamaica, how did that dual identity shape who you became today?
Well, in England, it was very difficult because in that time in England, there was, it was my there was a lot of subtleness of racism,
Mm.
and one had to go through that as a young boy. I left really England when I was about 11 to go to Jamaica. But during that time, growing up, I'd probably be a cricketer. They were training me from 9 years old. I was being trained indoor cricket to play
Oh
cricket.
yeah,
In 1 over, I could take out five wickets in 1 over, 6 balls,
that's
boom.
so good.
And so maybe I've been a cricketer if I had to continue. But in England, it was very rough in the front part because there was only two of us that was black in the school. There was my brother who
Mm.
was another thing. And so what happens? It created you would get picked on. You know, they would call me gollywog, sticky hair, and
Mm.
things like that. And all of this made me more resilient of myself because I realized, well, it's me one, it's going to be the best of everything. And so for that school, I became a true God made me a little bigger than normal. You know, I grew up faster. So I started to run for the school, play cricket. And they said when I was going to play cricket, they looked at me and said, but they didn't want me as a cricket to be captain of the cricket team because I am black, right? And
Oh
I had a
wow.
Persian captain, and the captain said, "What? You just pick your team. We won everything. I ran and did everything." When I left the school, they were weeping, you know.
Oh
So
wow.
I had a
Amazing.
rude awakening in there where who I was and what I had to be. And so at 11, I left and went to Jamaica. And my brother also was a famous musician called Byron Lee. I don't know if you hear about him ever. Byron
Yeah,
Lee
yeah, no,
was
apparently.
right. Well, that's my half brother.
Oh,
So when he
Amazing.
came to England and talked to my mother, he said, "Listen, I want you to come back to Jamaica." So when I went to Jamaica and they played outside the radio station, ska. It was ska at that time,
Mm-hmm.
and they played it outside. And when I look and I saw the drums, I said, "Mom, that's what I want. That's what I want to do." She said, "You're going to school." When I look at the drums, believe me, when I saw the drums, I'd have begged the drummer to let me clean it, just to clean it
Mm-hmm.
and watch it. Because when I'm in England, I would stop and I see the store and I see the color light with the drums. And I said, "Mommy, hold on." And I was looking at the drums because I would always knock on pots and pans. One night in England, in those days, you wouldn't know because you're young, but in those days, you had board at the back of the bed. So
Oh
I'm
yeah.
sleeping and I am playing. And my father said to my mother, "A thief in the house. A thief is in the watch it." And him come quietly looking. And when he look, he see me asleep and I play beats on the thing. Him say, like my mother named Evelyn. Him say, "Evelyn, it's William Turati. Look at that, you know, and thing." So from I knew from 6 that I was going to be a drummer, and God
Mm-hmm.
has blessed me to go through. And when I went to school, I went to a band called Visions at Woolmer's, and that became popular. We had to play for the library, and we became popular, and then we used to play for all of the parties. And but the greatest part was to play for the girls' schools.
Oh
So,
wow.
so when I play for the girls' school, so they build a high stage. So I am playing there, and I moved back my chair, and I fell right back over. You
uh-oh.
Oh
know who's not?
no.
I would never get back and go up there at all. When they look back, they say, "Where the drummer? I gone." I said, "Shame." So from
Yeah.
those school days we play, and then my band, Ibu had his band. Ibu Cooper was the original leader of Third World. He had a band growing up as a teenager called Rhythms in Mona. So that's one
Mm-hmm.
part of Kingston. I had near maybe about 3 miles apart. I was at Ligony down the road and was in the band Visions. And Kat, who was the youngest, he had a band called Alicats. So I knew Kat from his 10. So
Oh,
Kat had Alicats playing his little band. So I was 3 years, he had to respect me at 13, and he had to respect Ibu at 14. So what happened is that my band broke up, and then I was with the guitarist one day, and we went to watch a band called Ingrid Chin for Independence. That means they play in the square, and everybody come. And actually, Ingrid Chin and the Avengers, is the father that played drums is a brother and sister. The father that played drums is part of Tessan Chin. Tessa who won the thing, the lady who won, the singer who won the
The voice.
voice.
Yeah.
Her mother played keyboards and the father played drums.
Oh
And so
wow.
when I went on the band and played, the father said, we jammed for about 3 songs. And the way it came off, the Lewis brothers, who was in a circle, they said, "You want to join our band?" I said, "Sure." We went to university and saw the instruments. It was fantastic. And right after that, Ibu came in the band. So Ibu and myself were the original drummer and keyboard of Inner Circle. Then Cat used
Mm-hmm.
to come and watch because we had a very good guitarist. He's very technical.
Yeah.
And Cat used to come and watch when we played at the club. He used to watch us play and he would take a bounce. We call it come on and play, a jam. And that's how he got. So when Richard, who was a guitarist, left, Cat took the place. So there's three of us were part of Inner Circle. Then Bonnie came and one night and he became part of the band. That's four from Third World. And then later on, Bonnie left, I left and went into Byron Lee band. And then Carrot came into that band too. So there's five people from Inner Circle became into Third World, in transitioned into Third World. So the foundation of Third World was really Inner Circle because we all were very, as teenagers, close to each other.
Mm-hmm.
And so we promised ourselves we would come back. And that's how eventually Third World came to be what it is.
Yeah, that's an amazing journey.
It was, it is, and it was.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And then
So,
what happened while we played with Third World, that we started to, well, what happened after that is that Kat and Ibu decided that they wanted to play, and a guy called Prilly was a singer at the time, decided that they wanted to come together and do original songs. They didn't want to just play cover songs and for dance. They wanted to play original songs. So they came and then they started to do that. They had a band. The original drummer was a guy called Carl Barovia, but he didn't stay long as the beginning of starting the band. Colin Leslie was a bass guitarist, but he was also the business manager before. So, and he was in my band earlier, Visions, a school band. But he was more on the business side. So that's when Richie came in. Richie was a guitar player. And so Prilly said that, boy, we need a bass guitarist. So he started to play bass. So he came in. And then that drummer changed to Cornell Marshall, who used to play with, he played with Tomorrow's Children. And so the first album, they went to England. And then that's where they opened for Bob Marley. But just before that, they were in England playing all over the place. And Blackwell from Island Music signed them. And so they opened for Bob Marley. No Woman to Cry. Third World opened that show. 4 shows.
wow,
Opened, yeah,
amazing.
at Hammersmith. Yeah. So we had the live. They opened it. And then they did the 4 shows. And then they came back. Because I remember all of the press was coming in about them. We was proud of them. They did a show when they came back. And they played at university. But what happened? I don't know what happened. But anyway, the drummer left. So this would have been 1975. The band was formed 1973. 1975, Christmas. Now, they had a gig for New Year's night at the Playboy Club in Baskerville, Ocherias, St. Mary, Arakabessa there. And so
Yeah.
what happened is that, so I saw the bass guitarist, Richard Daly, in the plaza. This was about 8 days before. And I said, what, man, how everything? He said, you don't hear. I said, hear what? The drummer gone. And the only drummer could come in without audition is you. And they were thinking of a drummer who I kind of thought, maybe considering him. So I said, where is Ibu? Him said, oh, down the road where him live. So I went to Ibu house and said, what, Ibu? Ibu said, boy, we just talk about you. You're the only man who could come in the band without an audition. But I know you're busy because I used to work with one of the other brothers then. I left Byron Lee and I was doing sales. I was a sales manager. And he said, but I can't pay you the amount of money because me and Kat was talking about. I said, did I ask you for any money? Him said, no. He said, well, I'm ready. He said, what? Him called Kat. Boom. I was practicing. Boom. I got to play the first night, which was New Year's night, 1975, going into 1976 at the Rockabessa. And within, I'd say about 5-6 weeks, I was on my way promoting the first album called the Donkey Album, the Green Album. Promoted it in America 7 months. And then what happened? We lived in San Francisco and we had to play all over. We had to play with this guy called Country Joe and the Fish. We would play and to his audience and they would love us. And we play all for the universities. We play in LA, the famous place. I don't remember the name of it, but all new groups play there. We play in San Diego. We would travel. And that's how we go to concerts. And this is why for 7 months, and then we worked ourselves. We drove all the way through Denver, Colorado, and go right back to New York and played Bottom Line. That was our last show. Bonnie came to that show, Bonnie Clark, but he didn't sing or anything. He just came and hailed us up. And then we left and went back to Jamaica. Whatever happened, I was a junior member. Really left. And so what happened is that that's when Bonnie came in. And our first show was at Carib for Carifesta. We played there.
Oh,
So
nice.
that was our first show as the third world that you know.
Wow. Wow.
That is an amazing, amazing story. That's amazing, that journey.
It
Honestly.
was.
Wow.
Yeah. TYB?
So I really thanks for I mean I'm so excited to be talking to you as a legend. I would say it was my favorite when I have formed so many groups, and always my favorite persons in the group have been drummers. And you were it means when Third World was being put together, you went in and out. Is that my understanding? You were in and out because you knew Ibu and Kat, and even though you knew each other, you were not. I mean, you went in and out before the whole thing gelled. Would I be right in saying that?
Yeah, but no, with Third World, I never went in. In fact, listen to this. While they were starting, I put on a show. Cause I still was connected. I would play with this band called Happiness and Limit, manage them. I still never ever left music. I played it on the side. So what happened is that they were going to have a show. There's this band called Now Generation. It was with Jeffrey Chung and those guys. They were going to play. So I would do promotions. So I did a promotion on Sheridan. And it so happened that Third World was going to be on the show too. So we hired Third World. But what happened is that they want to do the innovation of do their own music. So, but it was a wrong venue and wrong show at the wrong time, because what happened is that the people wanted to dance. You were a dance band. So you play music and people dance and then play to the songs. Them no. But Third World wanted to be original. So they were playing other people's stuff, but they're doing more from a show. So when we do the show, No Generation mash up the crowd. When Third World go up, dressed in suits and things like that, Jamaica wasn't ready for it.
Oh,
Jamaica ready. So believe me, No Generation killed them, in music. But they were good. But it was a wrong place at the wrong time. So boy, I didn't feel away. I said, boy, what is this? But they were brave enough to start, and they stuck to it, and then they started to do original songs, and they start moving. So I never went to the band till 75. So knew him, we were brothers before. So
mm.
when I came in, I never went in and out. I came in fully in 1975. And
Oh,
then from then on, I did 13 albums, all the albums that you know. That's what I played on. All the albums that you know and
yeah,
things. And then in 1997, I left. And Ibu left the same time with me.
yeah. So now, this is your show, but tell us a little bit about Ibu because what a voice.
Ibu as a keyboard player. Ibu as a keyboard is a genius. Ibu as a leader saw things. How he saw things is that we would play one thing. We would play just one thing, and he could hear the finished product. He could hear everything added to it. Just like when we went to the Now That We Found Love, we're in the studio. Carrot, who's a percussionist, me as drummer, would go to the studio, Annie Boo, early because we have to get a drum sound. So we blocked the studio out for 2 months. We set up the drums, set up everything, and so the engineer would be getting the sound, getting it together, and all that. So while he was doing that, Carrot started to go, and I started to go, and I started to play Now That We Found Love. No,
Oh,
I am
woo.
jamming. I am jamming. And Ibu, listen to this though. Ibu played all of those parts, and I'm following him. It's like you're getting improvisation playing on a thing. I didn't know what song I'm playing. I was just following Ibu. All those, but in his
Mm.
head, he laid the tracks and foundation for all those licks one time. One
Wow.
time. So he knew he was playing the things and he knew the arrangements immediately on it. It was ingenious. And then why how you know too is that while we were playing, Cat came in and the timbales was mic'd and he played the timbale. We never even know that the engineer was recording it.
Oh, wow.
And when we went back in and said, our recorder said, what? When we listened, we said, whoa, because I even made a mistake in it. When we went to the bridge, there's one roll that was a little bit out. But in those days,
Mm.
you can't change it. So it
Yeah.
stayed there. But that was like God. If you listen to Journey to Addis, is another one. The whole thing was jammed. We were good at that. Just it was just improvisation. You can say
Mm-hmm.
inspiration for the Most High.
It tells me that you are comfortable. If you're in a group and you are comfortable around each other, you come out with so many different things. But you touched on now that we found love. Um, it's one of my best tracks of all time. The
Mm-hmm.
drum. I saw you. I watched you on a YouTube channel. You were playing with a group, right?
Was it in my shooter, or
That's right. I
or
just
was it? It was in a club. Was it
it
recent?
was
It's
in a
like
club. I think it was in a
no,
club.
that was last week. Last week.
Oh, that's right. My
Last week.
God. And I'm saying to myself, is really a drum machine or what is actually going on? Because like everything is working.
Yes.
Your kicks and everything was
I
working.
have to, at
How
my
do you
age,
do that?
I have to be moving because I have to move with it to get it. But yeah, man. But you see, this is where what's important. The importance is that when God give you a gift and give you a signature sound, look at Carlton Barrett, look at Lloyd Nibbs. When they play, you know immediately. So all of us, each one of us, got that gift of a signature. When Bonnie sing, you know it's him. When Cap play the guitar, you know it's him. When Ibu play, nobody is like a fingerprint. It's only one in the world. When Carrot plays, the same thing. When Richie play, so we're all blessed that way there. So when I play, I guess that God does give me that, so I know. Because if you really want to hear me play, my YouTube, you can tell everybody, is William J. L. Stewart in this same studio. This is my studio here. I played with one of my groups, and I played it, and drummers look and say they can't believe how it's done.
Of course.
To to me, it's just I how I can I don't copy. I prefer to be a creator is a different from being just a normal drummer where you get learned. If I go and hear something, something comes to me. It's like you feel it and you play. You know that improvisation. But I feel that what comes is just what you can't beat it. It's just like you don't know where you're going to play, but it just happens. You play a style like 96. Look at the front of 96
Ooh.
Degrees Road.
Oh my.
It's
Mm-hmm.
crazy. And Carly plays bap, 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 but I use breaks on bass drum and play totally different because it's like you get this. I just can only say humbly that it just comes. And I prefer create than play someone else's thing, you know? So we know that we found love. And again, what helped me that when I played in my brother's band, I was 16, playing in Byron Lee's band. I was playing with Scatterlights,
Okay.
Sterling. They're like, and some of the greatest. They'll say, Willie, stop this, do this. But you learned the hard
Yeah.
way. So I remember when I played, there was no mics. We went to Mexico, 11,000 people, and you had these little speakers. It's called Vocal Master. The little speakers, they could have, I don't know if
Wow.
they were 50 watts.
Oh
When
my
I go and play
gosh.
the drums, my hands swell up.
Oh
You
wow.
listen, you had to play Jews them time there. We played, so I give thanks to that kind of those training there. So normally reggae drummers play like at about 90, about 92. But because soca, you could play faster. So you have to play at 120, So playing like that, you could, so in playing it, this is what messed them up. You go, and you play it. So that is what make the speed and be able to play the roles in between without losing the beat. But because I was a dance drummer all the time, I could adapt that style to it, you know?
Yeah. And now you guys have made it, and you have put everything together, and then you were ready for the world to go on a tour. How did you guys prepare for this huge sort of opening that you created for yourself? How do you prepare for that? Were you able to think that, oh my God, what we've done right now, now the whole world is expecting us to, everybody wants us, everybody wants third world. I quite remember back in Montreal when now that 96 degrees came up and it is they put it on now. This vinyl, the whole floor was full. How do you guys prepare for this huge recognition for the entire world?
Well, first of all, we prepared from kids. Because of that, we got breaks to play in nightclubs. Because when we played in a circle, we used to play learn. Our learning was like we had to learn 10 new songs, whether Stevie Wonder, whether it's Blood, Sweat and Tears, whatever. We used to play all different styles, and we were the first band in Jamaica to play with a disco play. They don't cut it. We go straight into the same song, and the people never know the difference.
That's
So
nice.
they train us, and then we pull over the disco back again. So this made us to play, and so our listening skills developed. So we learned from that, and so it was. So there's so much songs that we used to play. It gave us a wide genre of music, every type of music. So this helped us to shape us. So from that, we be able to train, and you get to play with your backs up. When we was in a circle, we backed up Bob Marley and Peter Tosh 3 times, one at a girls' school, one at a club. And when they shot, no, no, sorry, with Inner Circle it was two. We at Carib Theatre with Bob, and I would see Bob stand on the side of the stage, a screw up in face. And I was saying, what do this man? But we're playing, try and get him on. He would, and when it was right, him come on and jump on. And they played him, Bonnie Whaler, and Peter Tosh. We played for girls' school, and he came on. Later on, now in Third World, we played for him. You know, when I think it's Smile Jamaica, it was when they shot him. We had to play the concert, and Cat was closer to Bob. I said, "Come down," and we played. In the movie, they said that it wasn't. It wasn't so. Third World, all of us backed him up at least for 6 songs to 7 songs, and
Oh,
then Carly came on, and then they start swapping out. But Cat and Ibu played for the whole thing. I think Ibu,
Wow.
Cat played some bass too. So they played for the whole thing of the at Heroes Park. 60,000 people. I'll never forget that. Yeah.
wow.
But anyway, you said, let me ask you a question. How we prepared? So by what trained us again, we did a thing in Jamaica called explantations. It was where and transmigration. Explantation was where 96 we made it into a theatrical movement. We have to act and play. Now in Jamaica, we didn't have no lights. We had a guy from India that was working with our crew, and he used paint pans, soldered them together, made the silver out, and put in 200-watt bulbs. Then make a big, big,
Big,
big, big
yeah,
truss,
yeah.
huge truss, and put up there. And he made a light thing that he could take. So we used about 90 lights up there. We built our own light system, bring in sound. And what happened now? We played our own show. And then we had this guy called Hicklin. His name is Fred Hicklin. And another guy came and taught us training together. And that helped to prepare us in our acting skills, musical, and did it. People say it's the best show, but we never recorded it because you didn't have video. Video was hard them days there. And we never could have proper recording. So we never record. Everybody says the best show ever. That prepared us, and I tell you why. Right now, where Cat is, I don't know if you saw Cat's send off. If you saw his send off in Jamaica, it was last week,
Yeah,
Friday.
that's right.
It's
Wednesday.
called Ronnie Williams Center. That place of history for us because that place is where we did 40 shows of explantation.
Oh wow.
40. And people, it was 1,000 people. People came to 35 of them. 35, they love it so much. And what I said to myself when I sat down, I said, this is history. I'm looking out. Could we have known 40 years ago
You go.
that I'd be sitting here with only 2 of us left? When we went there, when we did that show, within 6 to 8 months, we were in Nassau recording. Now that we found out this was the start of our international career, that's how it started. So we prepared for that recording. We retreated to a country part called Port Antonio in Jamaica. For 2 weeks, nobody could smoke. Who did? Nobody could do nothing. We trained, get up in the morning, talked, and that was, I would say that 96 was the rebel one. Well, oh, yeah, we're coming and we're going to do, you're young and this is what we're about. But after we grow up now, we said, all right, the spiritual album was Journey to Addis. Because we went and you could feel that spirituality. When we were going to Nassau, you knew something was going to happen.
Wow. Wow.
Did I answer your question, sir?
Oh, you did that. I'm so intrigued, and I'm living it's taking me back to my days in Montreal, '96. My God, I'm,
Yes.
I'm talking to you, and I just can't believe it. And you are reliving the past, and it's so great. It's just like, um, it's
Yesterday. It's
that,
like yesterday.
that's right, that's right.
It's
That's
like yesterday. Because what happened is that the people that are supporters, I must tell them thank you, and who is listening, your listeners, and who support us. Because without them, without people like you, the radio station, the people who loved us, we would be nothing. We would be nothing. So to really that is like we share together. And what I tell people, my thoughts, I can't tell you what the other members would think. They have to talk for themselves. But it's like antennas. We receive the music, we receive the
Mhm.
thoughts and creation, but it's not us. It's from a higher
Exactly.
source. It's from Jah. So to me, when it
Mhm.
comes to us, we receive it, but we learn from it too. We're just a glass. The juice, what come, is come to all of us. When we sing all those songs, the songs come for our people, but it come to help us too. We're just the lip service.
mouthpiece, yeah.
The
You
vessel.
understand? So
Mhm.
so to me, we can't take. That's why with the song you see me do called "Have a Little Faith," it belongs to people. It belongs to people, and we get the inspiration because the antenna's up to receive. But when we get it, we learn from it. There's a difference from the musician and the artist. Two different things. So we learn
Yeah.
from our own songs.
Oh,
True.
yes. Yes. Great.
So
Petra,
I told Richie that I can sit down and listen to Third World and divorce myself from it because it's been so long. But I can hear it as a layman or as you hear it. Once you're
Mm.
playing, you don't hear it the same way
that's
because you
right.
hear the faults in it. But
Yes.
now, because of the time, and I would look and say, are we miming or we playing? We're playing live. And sometimes we
Mhm.
surpass our record. And even now, even though we're playing the same thing every night, every show was different. According to the
Mhm.
people, Ibo would do something different or it would come in something. And with the band was a brotherhood that when we play, some bands, if someone outshine them, you vex, that
Yeah.
really didn't happen at all. If one
That's
member went,
beautiful.
we like sometimes when I listen to Cats and I'm playing, I can't get off. Sometimes I have to hold myself because, listen, Willie, hold the beat. If Cats, you have to hold it for him. Because
Mhm.
I said, wow, what is he doing now?
That's
Fantastic. But
beautiful.
when the band hit together and we're really playing,
Oh, yes.
or Bonnie sing something, or Richie do something, and both of us could turn around. Each band member could turn around and play something else and go on another instrument. And it was supported. When it was a bad night, all of us couldn't sleep. When it was a good night,
Mm.
we were all happy. So that brotherhood happened, and God wanted something, Jah wanted something special for us to do. We never stopped talking about South Africa. Every night, Bonnie sang about it. I landed in South Africa on the day it was free for
Wow.
2 weeks. When Mandela came to Jamaica, me and my brother arranged a show at the stadium. 40,000 people in and 40,000 people out.
Mm.
So
Wow.
so we were committed to something bigger than us.
Us,
We were
yeah.
committed to to ask to try and have the love and peace for world peace and unity, especially at
Mhm.
this time as we speak here. It's
Yeah.
the world is a different world,
It
Yeah.
is. It
you
is.
know.
It
Yeah.
is.
So to me is like the beauty of music is what you're to me as a musician, you are there to transport your audience somewhere special,
Mhm.
somewhere where they can forget the horrors of everyday life if they do go through horrors or the pain that they might go through. John, and feel some ecstasy, some kind of without a drug or anything. Music
Awesome.
can transport you, and
Mhm.
we are there to be able to transport you there. And so when you come back, you feel empowered, you feel happy, because music is that. That's why I make people know when I do drum workshops to be able to experience something to what it is to play in a band. And when that beat, everybody on one, it's like you play all, you can't stop playing. An emotion happen, energy, and you can't stop. It's like, and when you go, you don't want to go to bed at all, you want to get up and you can't wait for the next gig. That is when love comes together with energy and frequency.
And
It is very important. And so the young people who are playing, one must look at. music have the power, but music has the power to destroy too. You can say
Mm.
things, and if you know how important it is, you can cause wars. So you have
Mhm.
to know when you're young, what do I want to project? If you're a young lady, you have to be careful of what you say because nowadays, what's going on, slackness and certain things. But then, what are you going to tell your children tomorrow morning? When you can say, "But I was young," but the child going to say, "I'm young too, so I can do that." So you be careful because when you do, you have to be responsible for what you say and how you do it because you cannot take it once it's on wax.
That's it.
That's
Yeah,
it. You
exactly.
can't take it back because someone has a copy of it.
That's it.
So
Mhm.
you have to realize the importance on your head, what you're called. When you come to do music as a young musician, you have to realize and you have to understand what do you want to project. How far would you go before you sell out? If a man
Mm.
offer you this and you say, "Well, take off and look this way," and it's not you're not happy with it, then you have to understand that will you go as far as that? And if you make the money, what happens after? You can't change.
That's right. That's right.
So if you stay with the road that you feel, then you must actually dictate how you would and what you would say because this business will make you do anything to make money.
Mhm.
And it's really if you're a creator, then you have to have something where you play. The longevity of when you play and people love you is through your truth to yourself. You be your authentic self when you play. You're not trying to follow somebody. You're up there and you love what you do. People feel passion. Some people come to laugh with people. Some people come with doctors, but because they want to make money, money won't make you happy.
Hmm.
If you find your passion, you never work one day in your life.
Mhm.
So if a lot of us will find what we come to earth for. The key is, can you maintain? You come here with your soul. Can you leave with it, or is it going to leave you? So this is important that everybody that come in this planet here must find who they are. And no matter what, if you feel that inner, sometimes it's something tell you, and you say no. You see somebody, and you say wow, and you get this feeling, and then you convince yourself that this person is not that way. You start reasoning with yourself. Oh no, man, they're nice, but that gut feeling that you get is a real feeling. And then
Mm.
later on, you say, "Whoa, I should have followed myself."
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
sometimes the quiet moment that you feel is the real deal.
Mm.
Because if people are unhappy, and you so find that people when they get older and they get money, they live vicariously to what they wanted to be when they were young. They can't do it no more. So they go through and they sponsor it and put money behind it because they never came to do what they really were supposed to do.
Yeah. Amazing.
That's right.
Willie, I wanted to ask you, when you look back over your career, like what are you most proud of?
Wow. Well, in my career or my life, which one?
Both.
All right. In
Both,
my
yeah.
life, I'm very proud of like my children. I'm very proud of my kids. I'm proud of my marriage. I'm proud of my wife. I'm proud in music. I'm very proud of Third World and what it achieved. I'm very proud of the musicians that I got chance to play with. I'm very proud of the audience that came and loved us because it's only now I'm very fortunate. If I was just one musician and I transition, I don't use the word death. I use the word
Mhm.
transition because when you transition, you're going somewhere. When you're deaf, you're over with. You finish.
Mm.
So what happened is that I'm very proud of that. If I was one person, then like Bob is gone. I don't know where he is, but I know he was in the realms of heaven. But
Mhm.
he can't see. I don't know if he can see the people reaction. But now, since four members have gone, I can see how people felt truly. Cat going, and Prilly was one of the singers too. You see how people really think. I
Mm.
think it is really, and how people thought of each member and how they thought of the music. I
Yeah.
think this is a big greatest thing that you can be part of. I
Yeah.
think that that gift there is something that is so special that when we're gone and gone, it will last forever. Because vibrations of music stay is your fingerprint that left for the next generation to sit on and say, wow, these guys did a job that surpassed. Because you have to leave your footprint somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Your tag, the date you came and the date you left, that square
Yeah.
tag
Mhm.
is everything about you and what you
Yeah.
leave. Collectively, third world did the job.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that also that individuals, as individuals, you have to do your own by yourself too. You have to
It's
give back.
true.
And I believe when you work with youth or you give back something, then that's your mission, your personal mission. That is your legacy that you leave back to. So one has to know or realize you become your boyfriend, you become a father, you become a grandfather, uncle, you move on. But when you become a grandfather also, another musician, then share some of your skills now. Talk to the
Mm-hmm.
youth them. Share something. And I think we lack a lot of that education of giving back. Talk freely, because when I was there, elders talked to me. If you did something bad on the road, everybody vexed with you. If you did something
Yeah.
good, you get beaten on the road coming out. If you do good, nowadays, nobody, nothing. It's like you
Yeah.
people
No.
closing their doors. You don't know who's next door with you. So
Mm.
we have lost that building and talking with our
In the
children. But what I say is
community.
that even I'm begging everybody, the older, don't give up on our children. Because I have to work in the schools from the little babies up to universities, I see what go through. I see what they go through. And believe me, you might think you're talking on deaf ears, but you'll be shocked. Even if you can convince one child, because they're going with them. Look how much information is too much. All this information, and they can go down the wrong road easy. The
Mhm.
dark web. They can go this way. So if you don't start anchor them and talk to them, look here, we give the little child the computer at 3 and 4.
Mhm.
Is
Now,
that good?
lose there.
So what happened? There's no communication. If
Yeah.
tomorrow something happen, nobody know what is to cut a tree or to make a fire to survive. We're in trouble.
Mm.
What's going on? Nature's changed. Look at nature's happened. Look at the cold. Look at the
Yeah.
volcanoes. Look at the hurricanes, earthquakes. So to me, we have to see now and say, how can we be a better human being? Can we
Mm-hmm.
give? Is it hard to say to someone, you look nice? Can I help you?
I
To your older
know.
person, is it hard to do that? What does it take from you? Is it
Mm.
hard to give? So these are things that the humanity has to find back itself. We have
Mm-hmm.
lost it. And if we can find back self and come spend time, if we see someone, spend time. If you see a youth, spend time and talk to him. He may never forget it. Our job is to be able to show sincerity in what we do. It's
Mm-hmm.
so important because
Yeah.
the generation else, we be losing a generation because they don't talk to themselves no more. When you hear
Mm-hmm.
everybody laugh in one room, they're on the phone. So if you don't communicate, you get isolated. And
Exactly.
it's causing a lot of problems. We have to bring back families. If you have a dinner, let everybody talk. Have a party if you have to. Bring everybody. Eat food. Talk.
Communicate.
And have open communication because that help. Listen to music. Listen to songs that are conscious. Listen back
Yeah.
to things. Listen to things that are going to help you. Take off the sometimes come off of the internet sometime. Take a walk. Let nature talk to you. Walk on the beach.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah. Most
sometimes get away. Listen to the wind. Listen to some things. Look at the sunshine and say, give thanks, God. I'm here. Look
yeah.
here, before COVID, everybody are complain. You see, when you lock down your house, you appreciate what you did last week. There was no problem. You sit down
Yeah.
till you're tired. See? So to
Exactly.
me, we have so much things. A present. The present means is a present to you. What are
Exactly.
you going to do tomorrow morning when you get up? Are you going to do the same thing? Or are you going to try and say, let me do something better? And I'm not coming here that I'm any honorable or better than us. All of us have faults. All of us. But we have to look into our youth and see how we can really help them because they look up to us. And somehow now we are light years from the older people are light years against from the younger people. I don't understand it because you can barely tell on your phone. It's a different world, Wayne.
Yes.
Yeah.
But love can never die. We did a song now that we found love, and everybody asks and say, now that you found love, what we going to do with it? And we always say spread it around the world. We say
I
spread it
love
around the
that.
world, right? But I wrote a song for Third World called Love Will Always Be There.
Mm-hmm.
So about 2 years ago was their 50th anniversary, and I'm the only one on Rhythms of Africa, my show that I do every year. I'm doing the 13th one coming up, and
Yeah.
and I celebrated it 2 years ago, and I said love will always be there. And so people ask us, say, all right, now that we found love, I say, love, once you found love, love will always be there.
Oh, I
Love,
love
once you
that.
find it, love is constant. You leave love, but
Hmm.
love is constant.
Yeah,
Love will always be there. You go out, but you come back to it.
that's true. I love that. So, Willie, I wanted to ask you something. If you could speak to the younger version of yourself, like what would you share with him? What advice?
Um, in music, in
Just in
music,
life and music.
well, I said it, in life, decide what you're doing to the best. If you're a musician and there's two people, play the best way you can as if it was 1,000 people. Because those two people might be a recording company, a manager, an agency, and
Mm-hmm.
can give you a career. Don't be bossy, because remember, you're playing, but there's many musicians. I tell my when I teach my children, I say, when you play music, don't run in competition. Everybody have their own thing. If somebody's less than you, it doesn't matter, because they're playing. Music is not for show off for who is better. When you play music, when you're on that drum set, let someone take you. Enjoy yourself, express yourself, because there will always be better and worse. So it don't matter. If you are there, you express yourself there. And so if you love what you do, always before think of, what do I want to do? Do I want to show off, or do I want to play music? Do I want to give people energy? How do I want my parents, my audience to react to me as a musician? Then you have to get on with other musicians, and it can be very difficult sometimes, because some
Mm-hmm.
music have this, but try and get on with everybody. Just keep a thing. Try not to talk about someone. If anything, just come out front. It's hard, but you listen. I don't appreciate that, or I think this way, or what you think of that. Talk it, because from you talk it, any family, there's no perfect thing that'll happen. People shout, quarrel, but you have to say, what after? What is it? What is it that you're doing together? Because mother never said tomorrow be easy. Nothing is easy. As someone said the other day, I heard them say that when there's obstacles in a way, no path does not have obstacles. If it has
Yeah,
none, then something is wrong, because you have to
exactly.
watch what's happening. But this guy came and said that on the internet. He said that when he gets up in the morning and he hears something is have an obstacle, he eat obstacles for breakfast. He can't wait. He get excited, because I'm saying you have to find a detour to the obstacle.
Mm,
So something come at you, and by that, if God give you something, He never tell you it's going to be easy. But by if
exactly.
you finding an alternative plan, avoiding it, or be able to go around it, it's like it's a problem solving. And once you solve it,
Exactly.
you achieve. So
Yeah.
as young, listen, learn, listen more. Music is really about listening more and playing less. Music is
Mm,
notes and space. How do
yes.
you play that space when you're playing it? Notes
Mm,
and space. What are you
mm,
playing between that? What are you going to put in between that? What are you going to do that? So your heart is on a beat,
mm-hmm.
and what you're going to put in between that beat. Everybody's born. When I do my work training, like drums, when I do my workshops, my motivational workshops, they say, but I can't play. I don't have no rhythm. But your heart has a rhythm.
True.
So you heard that in your mother's stomach. It's primal. So that
Mm,
is what keep you going. That beat is your heart moving. Do we ever check how much times our heart have to beat to keep us? Eh? Do we ever
mm,
know that? Do
Yeah.
we ever try to check that? You ever wonder how
exactly.
much time for your life when you get up? Who say you get up tomorrow morning? We
Mm,
don't know. So to me, you can never look at the leaf. You can make a leaf. Can you make a piece of tree? You can't make none of that. So who are we? We are like
exactly.
the grains of the salt. We're like the grains of the sand. So all this big thing, who's not? We're here to experience. We're here to see. But we came here to be. And where we go, we just have to have the faith that we were going. And that's what happens. So the young people, I'm saying, listen, enjoy your life, but respect. Respect yourself. Respect the women. Respect your mommy. You respect your father. Respect elderly people. Because when you do that, it will come back to you. If you
Mm-hmm.
disrespect them, what you get, come back. So it's very, very important. Love, enjoy what you do, be passionate, enjoy your life to the fullest, but don't be careless. Because what you do today when you're young come back to bite you when you're old. Whether
Mm,
it's health or anything. If you smoke, it's going to act something. When you're old rotted, you've this, that, it's because of what you did when you're young. So one has to know is a glass. Whatever you do, come back yourself. If you point, see what come back at your thumb. So if I'm pointing to you, I have to look at myself and say, am I this way? Nobody's perfect. If you're going to expect somebody to be perfect, then you have to be perfect. And there's nobody that have that. So
Exactly.
we must able to forgive. If we can't forgive, forgiveness is a present for yourself. It releases you of the pressure. If you don't forgive, you have that hate in you, turn cancer in yourself. So learn to forgive. Learn to appreciate that you don't know what someone is thinking. Sometimes they get vexed and shout. They're not vexed with you. It's something
Mm,
else. So say, what
exactly.
man? A little word. Sometimes you can cool somebody's hot, and you say something just nice. You'll be surprised when it come down. It's hard in this world here, but if you really work at it, it can be done. Anything, nothing is too late to try and mend. With God, everything is possible.
That's it.
Awesome. TYB?
I'd like to give a shout out, a very special shout out to Carl McDonald Ramses.
Yes.
Yeah, he says greetings and blessings. Very interesting words of wisdom, maximum honest and respect to the legendary Sir William Stewart, the two awesome hosts of LuvBay Radio. Thank you very much. And then Frederick Wonder says, nice show. And Willie, I would like to ask you, when you guys crossed that threshold and you were there in the world, how were you able to balance your professional lives and your personal lives?
It's a very difficult one. I'm glad you asked me that question. For us to be able to play around the world, like say when we got very popular, I was traveling maybe 250 days of the year. It was so bad one time that we had to go France. We turned to go France. We had to go Belgium. Then we turned around. Had to go Nassau. Then we had to go to Japan.
Woo!
I I got up and when I look in the room, I didn't know where I was, who I was. And this was no joke
Mm,
business because I don't take drugs or anything like that. But I was so, what do you call it, jet lagged. I
Mm,
didn't even know what it was. And you have to look at the final itinerary and say, but which hotel is this? It takes a sacrifice to go. People say, oh, it's great playing music. Yes, it is. But all you see is airports, cars pick you up.
yeah.
You go to the venue because we would go venue discipline. We go and do a sound check no matter what because we want to make everything is right. And
mm-hmm.
you see backs of airport, planes, you see your friends and guests for that time and you're gone. People say,
Mm,
come and party with it, but sometimes you're tired. I would say if you're going party, come from the front and see if you go and party after the third part after doing an 8 week tour straight.
mm,
It's not easy. On holidays, you're gone from your families. You don't see your children where you want to see at a certain time. You see the growth. You come back and see them, you bring presents, but you miss part of their life. They made a sacrifice for their fathers to share what they had to do. So the wives is very important how they be able to balance because they have to balance. So it's a big sacrifice on the families. Very much so. But at the end of the day, the rewards are that they see that their father did things that they played. And also, the music come together, paid for the children's bills, paid for their education, paid. So give thanks for third world because it helped us to be able to survive and try and have a decent living. So you have to say, boy, and you could travel around the world and meet great people and meet fans and all different people who enjoy your music. There's nothing greater than that. And when you share, it's like a family. It's like your extended family. So but it does pay because some of it you miss out parts. There's holes in your children's life that you could be
mm,
there when they this some of them don't graduate. Even one of my last daughter was born. I had to go 3 days after. I was lucky to be there for the other five, but the last one I got the 3 days after. So things like that. But you realize that's the business you're in. So but you love it, but you say the business is one thing. Music business is a whole different. Playing music, if we're playing in one place, it'd be great because the thing is to go and play and to be able to create, you know,
mm-hmm.
and that is the most important. And that is just being connected to music and the vibe, playing on the stage, lights go on, and you're seeing the audience and you're connecting with the audience and they're enjoying it and you're seeing them uplifted and laughing, you're making them happy. So no money can pay for that.
Great, great. And my last question to you. I mean, enjoying the conversation, but we've been given enough time to Mm, uh, talk about a lot about you because I admire you. I admire Third World. To me personally, changed my outlook on life, and I'm so glad that Third World came into my life, and I became a musician as well. My question to you would be: in today's world right now, the industry is changing. It is in a chaotic stage. AI is taking over, and we don't know where we're going. Everybody is like confused. Labels are conglomerating with others, and lawsuit. Every day there's a lawsuit because everybody is trying to create a turf for themselves in terms of the labels, the people who are behind the music. What is your take on it? Because back in the day, you knew exactly where you were going, but today you don't know. There's nothing.
Mm,
What's your take on it, please?
The take today is that music, creating music is a spiritual thing.
I agree.
Creating music is what you get inside. As I say, if you have the antennas, you receive it. A
Mm-hmm.
computer cannot do that.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go back in 1981 when Stevie Wonder they made a Lynn drum machine. The
Mhm.
Lynn drum machine was made by Roger Lynn. I knew him. He made it for one reason that when a guy is writing and composing, you have a beat that help
Oh,
you to
yeah.
write. It was
Okay.
supposed to be like that. But what happened is that and again I would tell you that when we recorded with Stevie Wonder, he had a Lynn playing the click. You know when the click is
Yeah.
going. He
Yeah.
put it as percussion, and I had to play with Tries Your Love and all that with it. That was the first. The clap behind me was the first when I played live. That was the first. That was the first the drum machine was used in a rhythm. Tried Your Love,
Wow.
right, with the clap, with the Lin.
Mm,
But they were supposed to be used as a side, as a thing to probably help with timing if you wanted to, as a drummer,
Mhm.
and also for writing songs, so you have a beat that you could make up and have. But what it became a tool that eventually you would find that people would use it, and then the machine start take over. And jazz would always be real. Jazz will always be live. Rock would be live. Latin would stay live. But you'd find that because of the Caribbean, they couldn't afford to pay the musicians. It started to become one people would create. So one
mm.
keyboard player now became everything. So it lost the when a group of people come together, a synergy happens. So
Yes.
suppose let's put a simple thing. Suppose each person mind could reflect 3 million people. So if it comes musicians come together, they're playing something that will attract someone else. So when they come together, they put their piece in as well, like a jigsaw. You can't get that because you're getting something that's created at the time with all those ideas. When you do it by yourself, is you one each time. So instead of having, if you represent 2 million people or 3 million, look at that. You're only three against maybe 18 million. So you limit yourself. Then when now the digital sound, you make the digital analog was warm. If you made it go out loud, it still was warm. Digital break up.
Mhm.
So digital is really weak. If you listen to your MP3 and you have a
Mm,
DAT machine, get a DAT and play that and listen to the MP3. It's when the ears get used to it.
Mhm.
So man wants to be able to control sound and vibration.
Okay.
And
mm.
this is a way of controlling it. If you control that, you can control the minds of people.
Mhm. Ooh.
So
Ooh.
if you can do that, so you can put everything in a box and put what you want out. When music is free, what
Ooh.
comes from the father
Yeah.
comes here and goes straight. Computer can't do it. So
Exactly.
that is why people go to live shows. No, the computer have its world, it have its space, but not to take over. Because what happens is that if you're going to use sooner is the thing that now that everybody use,
That's
right?
right.
Yeah.
And the thing that
Mhm.
if you're upgrading your song, all right, if it's going to work then, suppose let's say give it a place. If you have songs that you have made up already and you put it in Suda, it changed it up to a certain extent
That's
and it
right.
give you a voice.
Mhm.
Suppose you want to write internationally. So you can pick a voice that is a pop voice or a voice of a more Spanish voice or R&B. You pick it there, but you put your song already that you write and you get it to have it there. So if you do a demo, You send it to the person. Suppose you want given the artist, any top artist
Like
that
Rihanna.
you wanted. Eh?
Like Rihanna.
All right, suppose you get Rihanna. You get a voice like that. You send the demo to her as a songwriter. She will now listen to it and she will do it over now. That's good. It can work as that because you can't
Mm,
sing. But
true.
what they're doing now is actually having now a world where there's going to be a AI complete um, music by itself and a chart of its own.
I
But
know.
AI is one thing. It's not the real thing. And the way come damaging now is that if you do it and put it out there and one thing with AI, it stays on key. If
Mm,
you can't sing back that key, then
exactly.
it's trouble. But
Over.
they're going to use it for film and for ads because you don't have to perform it. If you have to
True.
perform it,
Yeah.
Exactly.
you can perform it back that way because,
Yeah.
to be truthful, they've used so much. How it works, it's using top. If you were to produce the stems that come from it, try to produce it, you'll have to spend a lot of money. It
Mm,
solves that. So if you want to use it smartly, use the stems that they come with, where you can divide it, the machine that I play, and put live voice on it
Mm.
and things. But
yeah,
it's still,
exactly.
but what happened is that it still lack.
The
It
human.
lack it lack the
Yeah.
human, and so what happened? The element comes back to live. Live going to come right back. That's why
Of
everybody wants to go to
course.
concert because when you see it live, but some people get so used to it they can't tell the difference.
Yeah.
Mm,
Right now, let's forget about music. We're up against man and the machine
yes.
in everything. Is trying to copy human beings and it can never because it has no soul.
Yeah.
And so what you're doing, it can replicate a human being. And so
Mhm.
what will happen is that what are they going to do? So when it goes up now and you have all of these machines and everybody working automatically. So what people going to do? The whole thing about it is supposed to give people a chance to be able to work, to be able to earn, to be able to say, boy, the fruits is going through and then move forward. If the bottom line is everybody contribute to the whole, it's important. But what going to happen? If we're going to have machines in the factory, who's going to eat? What's going to happen?
Yeah.
It can never work because there's no progress.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
So the machines will never take over for man, although it's been trying. But then people forget that the bottom line is how you're going to supply the economics. Who's going to buy what? Are we
Yes.
all going to come to a standstill? Who's going to eat?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Who's going to make the food for us and farm? The farmers are the most important people
That's right.
to give us food. Who going to do this? Who gonna? Everything is machine. Then the world's going to be like an empty vessel. You're walking into darkness. You walk into a nothingness. So we
Mhm.
have to be very careful because if we don't put human touch,
That's right.
the world will be a place that you don't want to be in.
Mm.
Yeah. Before we go, you and a lot of celebrities have come up with something, right? And in terms of music, uh, let's make
Oh, we need faith. I'm talking about faith. Oh, yeah. You can make a difference in someone's life. You can touch a heart and hidden deep inside. You can make the impossible be so right. Gotta have faith. We're gonna have some faith. You gotta have a little faith. Oh my. Gotta have some faith. Mm. It'll be alright. Have a little faith.
have a little bit. Please tell the listeners what this is all about.
All right, boy, that's a story of my life here now. So the storm that hit Jamaica at September, November, Melissa. I experienced Gilbert 37
Mm.
years ago, and in my experience of Gilbert, I remember this like it was yesterday. No one told me that when it gets quiet, the storm of the eye is going over. So I was up way up in the hills. I stayed with my friend's house and brought my family over to my friend's house. It was a little bit higher because my house was lower. And I believe that if water, in my mind, water came in, it's trouble. So I went down the road, maybe about half a mile, where I thought was more, more reinforced for the thing. So I stayed there. When it got quiet, I said, wow. So I said, let me run, go look at my house to see if everything's okay. Not realizing that, you know, boy, the storm done. Because it's, when I tell you, everything just goes quiet, not a wind. So I go down to my house, look at it and check it, and everything was good. You see, when on the way back,
Mm.
Theo, Pat, let me say, Patra, all of a sudden the wind came back 10 times harder. I could find two pieces of board and hold it
Wow.
on my head like this because the zinc start go so would have taken off my head. And
Wow.
eventually I get back with under duress back to the house there. And I never forget, you see, when the wind hit the jealousy, the front louvers on the veranda.
Mhm.
When you see that burst coming, listen, the roof did burst in the house I was.
Oh
It
wow.
sound like 1,000 duppies coming down on a freight train. 1,000 duppies, yeah, they coming like a sci-fi movie. It's the most scariest thing there. You have to be
Yeah.
praying. And when that
Wow.
wind come in and his roof went
Mm.
there, and I'm telling you, and I never forget that. So what happened? I felt in my gut that this was going to be very serious. I don't know if Kingston was going to hit or the west where it is southwest. And I was saying that I called everybody because we had about 4 days. Because it kind of said, well, they're going to come here, we don't know where we're going to land. I had to call everybody to Jamaica and said, please prepare, prepare, prepare. And when the storm actually came, I said, boy, it was like I was in it. I was totally, I was depressed. I was tired for 2 days. Me and my wife knock out. So my wife looked at me and said, boy, if they could do a song, a group come together. Then all of a sudden I wake up and say, but I'm a songwriter. I'm a musician. She said, but I'm a songwriter and a musician. What can I do? And I said, boy, and I started thinking, I said, but I do have a song. And then the next day, God would have it that a friend of mine is in the music business. He's a recording, he has a record company, he has a songwriting company, and he's a publisher. And he said,
Mhm.
boy, Will, I'm concerned. And he has this song, Florida Songwriters Association. I said, let us come together and write a song. I said, but I have a song. So I sent it to him. And he said, but this is a perfect song. But I said, yeah, but that was done 30 years ago, 29 years ago. I said, I'm going to have to now change it for the thing. So my friend Robbie Lynn, I don't know if you hear about him. He play with Sly and Robbie. He's great, Peter Tosh, but he's the only man that can convert a ballad to from he's a young. He had to do the keyboards
Mhm.
play it in a way that it fit exactly in a reggae without missing anything. So he put that
Mm.
little part. He put the keyboards for me in 2 days, and he was involved in the storm. That's what I want. The connection was there.
Oh.
So he sent me back the tape in 2 days. Give my
Mm.
thanks to Robbie Lynn. And then now I said, okay. And I said, if John Holt was here or Dennis Brown, what do you want? I said, strings, strings. And I
Mm.
went to University of Miami. I got the Henry Mancini young um, um, string players and had them play. When I listened to it on the track, my heart feel warm. It's like I said, this is because with a type of thing like that, you want to have that warmth of the strings. And then I said, okay, I need a singer now. I need a singer to sing the guideline. I got Althea, her name is Alisa Marie. She sing with Wailers. She came and did a fantastic job of the initial voice. I put a pilot voice. Then I said, okay, for the harmonies and choir I'm going to have to do. I need a guide. So with Rhythms Africa program of all my musicians. So they came in the harmonies and they put the harmonies later on. So I said, okay, no, we need the artist. So I went for Leroy Siblis first. And Leroy said, when he heard it, he said, I'm in within 5 minutes. Then I went for Carlene Davis. No, when I did the demo, I did Carlene Davis was on it. Altia from Altia and Donna was on it. Prilly, the original singer from Third World, was on it, and Richie Stevens did the
Oh,
bridge was on it. So I
oh,
said, okay, so they were on it first. So I went back to Carlene Davis. I got J.C. Lodge from England on it. I got Jem Myers with Fatigue on it. I got Alicia Marie, Glenn Washington, Carl McDonald, big him up there,
yeah.
and Patrick Ulysses, Patrick Ulysses Pinkney. He's an American singer. He's only American on it, but you hear him in between. He's the glue that flow. Excellent AA singer. So what? All of them agreed. So all of us, I wrote and composed a song. Had a great engineer that had to work night and day to be able to get the sounds because we had to be. When I did the studio in Jamaica, I had to be on WhatsApp and they bring me through the studio, conducting, working with it. I had to be in Atlanta. We had to be in England. We advised there. Here, this is the studio we did some of the stuff in. This is a full studio too. In my studio here called On the Beat Studio. We did it. I put the drums and percussions on it from here. And I have to give thanks for all the singers and the people that made this possible. Because studios gave their time and all of the proceeds is going to to GEM. GEM is like food for the poor. They're the global empowerment mission. They go there and they were the ones nailing. If you watch the videos, they actually fixing all the zinc. They went before the storm. Before that, they had a hurricane. They've been there and they do Haiti. They do everything. So all the money, 100%, will be going to them every 6 months, whatever royalties. We hope that we're asking people to. It's on all the platforms. It's coming under the group William Stewart, Willie Stewart and Friends. Willie Stewart and Friends. Go there. It's on 200 platforms. It's called Have a Little Faith. Every time you stream or you buy it on Spotify, Google, whatever, it goes towards the Jamaican Humanitarian Relief Fund. So please, this song, one of my friends, he's in Hot 105 here, the top station here. And when he said, he said, that's the international hit. I said, yes, that's the message for the world. Have a little faith. And especially now, where we're at war today, that if we don't have the faith to carry us through, only faith for Jamaica to pay that bill, that 8 point, that something to whatever bill there that is there, is going to take 10 years or more. So the people have to have the faith to carry them through. Faith is what we need. Faith, the hope of love. We have to deal with that. So the song starts off, you can make a difference in someone's life. You can make a baby's cry be a smile. Simple things. Simple things. How are you doing? When the people who lost their houses and they saw food come, that food was like a gift. It turned their darkness to light. These people came sunshine in their life. And at the end, how we ended is saying that, listen, it's up to me and you to make that change, to see the miracles we are hoping for. Just trust in love divine. Trust in God. But I don't say God or Jah or whatever. Love. So I don't, everybody I'm coming for. Just trust in love divine and you can make that change. So this song is coming for the world who needs to be at peace. We need to find the courage to have the faith that the greater power of God will not leave us alone, will not leave us to jeopardy, will not leave us to rage or anything, but will help us to find a way to be at peace with ourselves, with the world, and with all races around the world, as it should be. Respect for all we have to have. So this song, I'm asking all your listeners, please get the song. It's on every platform. It's on the Willie Stewart and Friends. That's a group. Willie Stewart. I'm going that now because remember, before I was on the Third World, right? So and now I am now coming out now with Willie Stewart and Friends. So this is just one. Me and Ibu and myself and Carrot, when I left the band, we went to LA and created our own instrumental album, which is unbelievable. I'm going to release that and I release more artists and more projects. But this one will be first for the world. I must give this first because you give back first before you can move forward. So, and I looked at it. Kat said to me one time that when I was working with Mandela, when Mandela came to Jamaica, and I had to put on a show, my brother and myself, I had to put on a show at the stadium for him, and he said to me, "Boy, I don't come. I'm not coming right now. But anything that you do or we do in a group is all of us." So I take that now that me doing this now at this unusual time because I never know Cat would have gone. I never expected that. So
Mm.
I look at it as that this is a gift, even though I have done it. This is also a gift from third world. The man that's out there, that's gone in heaven, in dreamland, in the realms of Zion, for them. Ibu, um, Cat, Bonnie, Carrot, and even Prilly was the first singer. And
Mhm.
and from Richie down here and myself, I believe that all of us together we would have done a song like this. So I don't take the credit. I said that inspiration from all of my brothers to the world.
Amen.
To
Yeah.
the world, we give it with love because we have to have that faith to bring about peace. So
Awesome.
that's it.
This is a very special show, honestly.
Yeah.
And very special. It's good that we are having this conversation with you, irrespective of the time. No, time is not of the essence. It's the quality of what we are doing, how we can reach people to support this cause because it's very, very vital because we are here, we have roofs over our heads, and we can just walk into grocery stores and buy something. There are some people in Jamaica right now who are so destitute. They really need your help. So don't forget about this. Go out there, purchase it. It's for a good cause. That's right.
Most
Right. And
definitely.
also, I would also like to say too that is that it those who we can tell all the families there, because people can phone their families in Florida at Miramar, in Miramar, city of Miramar. We're gonna do the show called Rhythms of Africa. Rhythms of Africa is where I have a non-profit.
Oh,
I work with kids. So when I left Third World in 1997, Ibu and myself left. Ibu went to Malawi to work with a radio station for a while because his love for Africa is unbelievable.
Mhm.
And we were in England, and he came to me, and I went to study in England to be a music facilitator. And so I was going back to Jamaica, but I end up coming to Florida because my daughter was studying. And she said, "Dad, why you not try Florida?" I said, "What? Florida? That's a chance." I mean, I passed through. If I didn't know I was going to live here, man, I would have best big time. But it's like a transition place. You're going. I was going for to get out. And I said, okay. And so I ended up here. My family came up. And I've been here from 2000. And I got to work with all the different people and everything. And I found my production company, Solutions and Music. And then I performed my a non-profit in 2005 c. And it is to keep music in schools and to enrichen the community through
Mhm.
music. And so that when I train kids now, I do workshops for corporate America and I do workshops for schools, at-risk kids. And I do I can do 1,000 kids at a time, which I would play the drums and show them the culture from Africa, all the different drums going in. So Rhythms of Africa is a show that we put on. I train the kids for 35 hours, right?
Mm.
They're not play music before. I
Oh
find a
wow.
system to train them. And when I train them, they play on an international show called Rhythms Africa, which consists of, I mean, I've done this, the next one is 13. I've come on some of the shows before. I've had Master Griffiths, Gramps Morgan, I've had Julian Marley. Cat, for the 50th anniversary, I call it Love Will Always Be There. And
Oh nice.
that show was the 50th anniversary, and all the members came
Mm.
and they got a citation from the city, a special
mm,
day, a day of recognition. And I
Nice.
hung up Cat. Cat was there, and he played with us. Cat played with Shadow with it. I have that on tape. So if everybody want to see that, they can go to my YouTube channel, which is one word: William J.L. Stewart, WILLIAM Stewart, STEWART. Like and subscribe to it because the more I can get is the more better. And you get to see a lot of the work that I do on it. You can see some things from Third World when we're young. You see stuff. You see all of our songs, videos, old videos. You can see parts of Prison Street. On it, you're going to see things that I've done since 2000. We're working things, and you can see the rhythms of Africa, all different things up there. And so, what we're asking that is that our next show is going to be on the 18th and 19th of April at the Miramar Cultural Center. And it's two shows, one Saturday and Sunday, because we always sell out the shows. And we're going to have these children that play. And I'm bringing in Richie Stevens. I'm going to bring in for the show. I'm going to bring in JC Lodge. And we're bringing in Jem Myers. But we have a whole orchestra of our own, which consists of local giants, national musicians. One is Jesse Jones. He taught Mentor Mustafa, his brother. He taught him. We have a violinist who she plays violin, and she's a gospel, and she's a R&B and singer, and blues singer. So we have that. So you see, when you see the show, you see 4 different things from Africa. You see, go to Puerto Rico, Cuba, America, Jamaica, Trinidad. It's us 3 hours. People have a show, they can't believe it. So if you can, it's called, this one name, each one has a theme. Each region of Africa have a theme. And this one is going to call Run the Rhythm, Diridem. Run Jamaican style. Run the Rhythm, every beat for Jamaica. Run the Rhythm, every beat for Jamaica. So and then we're going to play Faith. Have a Little Faith. That's going to be the feature of that. So we're going to play a tribute to Cat. I have a special thing I'm going to do that we should do on stage. I have a whole orchestra coming into that. We're going to have a tribute to Jimmy Cliff and a tribute to the great Sly Dunbar. So the children are going to play certain things, and it's going to be beautiful. So we're asking if you have family or you can come and fly down from thing, phone and tell them to get their tickets. It's there, they can get it there at the box office. It's called Rhythms of Africa. Have a Little Faith. Rhythms of Africa, Run the Rhythm, every beat for Jamaica. It's now, tickets are up there, and they can get them at the box office. And I have tickets that is available. So please get your family to support it. We want to have a packed house because we're going to represent Jamaica, so it's going to be more Jamaican on this show. From Mentor, go right back to Ska, go right back to Rocksteady, up to dance, everything going to be on it with Jamaica. The songs that we love empower us. So, I'm working on that now as we speak. Awesome. And that song will be the feature, Have a Little Faith.
That's amazing. Thank you so much, Willie. Honestly, it's just been so amazing. Like, I'm at a loss for words, just being able to hear your story, the story of Third World, just you sharing all your wisdom and all the amazing things that you're doing right now and that you have coming up. So it's just been amazing.
Pashwa, thank you for having me. I wish your station all the blessing. I wish you, Theo, that God bless all of you, and that you will continue, because everybody, when music is successful, it's not the band, it's the people that make it, it's the radio stations, it's the DJs, it's everybody who love it. And believe me, and I just ask you to, with the 10 artists that's on this song, I hope that it will make a difference in your life, in your audience life, that having the faith is everything. Just a little faith can change a mountain. Just a little faith. Don't believe that you can't change anybody in their life. Little things that count. They don't need all the big things. Just a little care,
Yes.
That's most important.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And yes, everyone, thank you again for also tuning in to HWY to Africa. It's been another amazing show. This is definitely one for the books with the amazing Willie Stewart. So you can find us here again next week, Saturday, 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern on LuvBayRadio.live with myself, TYB. And fingers crossed, hopefully we'll see our other third musketeer, Ron, back on the show as well next week. So sending you guys lots of love. Bye, LuvBay family.
You can